All in Sports Network. We love sports.
All right, little quiz for you to start off. Name for me the
okay.
two other locations that the football Cardinals were before they landed in Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh goodness. I don't know if I know this.
Okay, well, take a guess.
Because I'm thinking of like Rams,
Okay.
Raiders, like that type of places.
Yeah.
I'll say St. Louis.
Okay.
Um,
That's one of them. You got it right.
I had a weird feeling that St. Louis was one of them.
They had the football Cardinals and the baseball Cardinals, and they moved from St. Louis to Arizona. But
Yeah.
before they were in St. Louis, they were somewhere else.
Were
It
they?
was long ago.
Oh, Las Vegas.
Chicago. All right.
Really?
I'm Kevin. This is my son, Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Yep, welcome back in. The last time these trends met, the Colts pulled off.
My bad. Teams.
These teams met.
Yeah,
the Colts pulled off a Christmas miracle. That was almost 4 years and 6 starting quarterbacks ago. Got the Colts while the Cardinals still have their head elf. Can they avoid the Cardinals playing Grinch this time? Let's go all in.
Yes, lots of Christmas stuff since yesterday, and it's not quite time, but we're going to make it time. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports and on Twitter at All Indy Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep, this is Marvin Harrison Jr.'s first time to play a game on the field his dad played on. He did not work out at his combine, and he did not play in the preseason game in 2024.
Right. And so speaking of, there were all those the relocations for the Cardinals and obviously the Colts as well. There is a shared spirit that these teams have within their relocations. If you can go out and watch a phenomenal 4-part podcast series about the Colts moving from Baltimore to Indianapolis and kind of what was behind the Mayflower trucks and everything in the middle of the night. But the other location that was top of the list for the Colts to move from Baltimore to was
it Arizona?
Phoenix, Arizona. They were in the running. So it was shortly after that Phoenix got their team from St. Louis. 9-9 all time this series is, but 5-3 Colt in the Colts' favor in the new locations. So there you go.
Yep. If Kyler Murray is out, Jacoby Brissett will make a start back in Lucas Oil Stadium.
What a crazy, crazy time of all of the quarterbacks and everything that's happened. And Kyler Murray, I don't know what his status is. I haven't looked at just since the beginning. It was up in the air at the beginning of the week. So we'll see. Just nice little tidbit there for you. So
also, I know this is the Colts episode.
Yep.
We're recording this on Friday, so Thursday Night Football has already happened.
Yep.
Can we talk about how fraudulent the Eagles looked?
Okay.
And how I left 31 points on my bench in fantasy with Cam Scadaboo?
Uh-oh. He looked amazing. Okay, so
guess who I had instead of him? Saquon.
Uh-oh. Well, you might want to permanently switch that one.
Yeah.
So I have this theory about this because we didn't pick the game, so we might as well talk about it here. Little NFL in the middle of Colts episode.
Yep.
I need somebody to do some number crunching because I believe if you lose on Sunday, you are most likely going to lose on Thursday. It's just too quick of a turnaround and everything to switch the mentality, actually get a practice in. And it was a road game on Thursday night for the Eagles as well.
But how close is Philly to New York?
I get it, but the normal schedule for a NFL player is rest on Monday, walk through on Tuesday, actual practice Wednesday, Thursday, walk through on Friday. Only 2 real practices. And Wednesday is your travel day. if you got a Thursday night. So you got 0 practices, or you practiced before you were ready. And then not to mention the coaching and the simple game plan there has to be, because you didn't have the chance to fully scout and prepare for this team alone. Thursday night football, there's a reason that the games are what they are, because it's just not enough time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially when the Eagles played the late game on Sunday as well. So
Right.
I think the mentality, and somebody's got to crunch those numbers. I don't have the time to do it, but I think that would be my impression. And I think the reason we've seen the Giants do this, they have rookies on the team. Like, their 2 best players are rookies, especially now with Neighbors out, with Scadaboo and Jackson Dart. So you're going to get some inconsistency when you got rookies.
Yeah.
And sometimes that inconsistency balls out. Just kind of how it does, especially when you get your chance in prime time. All right, back to the Colts and Cardinals. What are your keys to the game for the Colts at home against the Cardinals?
Run the ball and keep running the ball.
Really?
I think it's very, very important, especially this game, that we established that. But I would like to see us passing a lot at the beginning of the game. I think the way that we have beaten these teams, I don't want to put the Cardinals in the same range as the Raiders and all them, because I think they're better than they are. But they did lose to the Titans, so still keep that in mind. But I think the Cardinals are better, so especially winning against teams that I think everybody can say, yes, the Colts are a better team than the Cardinals. I think people can say that, and it be very well true. So you got to start out fast. So you got to strike first, strike fast. If Shane wants the ball first, I'm so fine with that. So I think you got to start fast, and then you got to establish the run game, run the ball, keep running the ball. We saw what happened last week. JT didn't get that many yards, but he got 3 touchdowns. That's just what happens when they had 4 rushing touchdowns on the ground.
Right. He was the reason they were successful in the red zone, which had been a struggle.
Yeah. I said this in the IU episode, spread the ball around. You have so many different weapons. I don't know if Pierce is back yet. I don't think so.
It looks like it's going to be good.
Okay.
It looks to be good, yeah.
Perfect. Then we don't need Adonai Mitchell in there.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Doolin did a great job filling his space.
Yep.
Continue to feed him the ball if he's open. Find Downs and Warren in the spots. Get Pittman his possession yards. Find Pierce for 1 or 2 deep shots. The normal. Let the guys do what they can do.
Yep.
Don't change it up. Don't try and make them do stuff that they don't do. And then on the defensive side of the ball, if it is Murray, keep Murray inside of the pocket. He does not like to stay in the pocket. He likes to get out.
Yep.
Because he can't see over his linemen. So make it a problem. D ends, outside contain. Very, very important. And if he does get outside of the pocket, get to him quick. Don't let him do a whole bunch of stuff in the backfield. And then, you got to contain Marvin Harrison Jr. somehow. He's been very inconsistent this year. But who wouldn't want to ball out on his old dad's field? So contain Marvin Harrison Jr. as well.
Yep. I don't have Marvin Harrison Jr. on here at all, other than the open, because I'm not worried about him and with Travarius Ward on him at all. Nothing. So, protect the ball, take the ball, win the possession, win the turnover battle. The Colts have been great at this, other than one game, and they lost that game. So what a shock. And then stop the run. The Cardinals are a surprisingly good team at running efficiency, even though they're on their, 3rd and 4th string running backs at this point. Yep. They are still very good, which means they have a very good offensive line, underrated. It's going to be a 60-minute game. If you can prevent that, you have a really good shot. The reason they've been successful is they get it into the final quarter, right? They lost to the Titans on some flukeness, but they only lost to the Seahawks by a field goal on the road. So, and they came back in that one. So, just make sure it's not close, right? That's the way to put them away and keep them away. You also have to know who I'm calling Pay McBride is, because he got paid. He is going to be a outlet for Kyler Murray, so you got to know where he is.
He is a problem.
He is maybe the second best tight end in this game. But we'll go with, you got to know where he is because of that. And then as far as offense, you want to do quick game, right? Get it, like you said, get it in the hands of the playmakers, let them go, let them do what they're supposed to do, and capitalize on yards after the catch with that. All right. What are your matchups to watch then?
You said it already, Ward versus Harrison Jr. Not too worried about it, but I think it'll be fun to watch. From a Colts perspective, it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Whether it be Franklin for some reason on McBride, whoever it is, the linebacker safety combo that we always talk about against the tight ends.
Yep.
Because I have
Jermaine Pratt, who they just picked up to replace Joe Bacci. Interesting. They got another ex-Bengals guy to replace the other ex-Bengals guy for the ex-Bengals coach.
Yeah.
And there is some thought process out there that they restructured Kenny Moore's deal to save some money. And the other Trey Hendrickson is a little upset about being in where the Bengals are right now. So I have Jermaine Pratt and Nick Cross against Pay McBride, but continue.
And then the stunts, the blitzes against Murray, because we know he is elusive, but can he escape that? Because he knows it's coming. It's coming at some point. I love watching it because after watching 3 years of bland Gus Bradley defense, I love watching the mad scientist cook.
Yep.
So the stunts versus Murray / the offensive line. And then on the other side of the ball, Daniel Jones versus whoever they have on defense to watch him. And
all of our free safety is Buda Baker.
I don't care. He's washed.
Okay.
All of the receivers versus whoever's going to guard them. Warren versus question mark, like always. And then JT versus their whole defense. I know that whole thing is very vague because I don't think our offense can be stopped.
Okay.
Simple as that.
All right. Sounds good.
The only way that I have seen our offense get stopped is by ourselves.
Okay. I have Mekhi Blackman versus, guess who's back? Zay Jones. So there you go. That's the only receiver. Like you had the other one. That's who I'm gonna be checking out. And then I've got in the trenches that the Colts right side versus the left side of the Cardinals. Braden Smith versus Josh Sweat, the hero of the Super Bowl with the Eagles last year, and Matt Consalvis versus Calais Campbell, who still is able to do anything he wants at his age there in the middle. So that right side on offense versus the left side on defense in the trenches, that's what I'm going to be keeping my eye on as far as on the Colts on offense. And then, of course, I have to throw a coaching matchup at you. It's funny. Last year, I had a defensive coordinator almost every time. This year, last year it was because I was worried about it. This year, it's because I just am just so fascinated to see it. Lou Anarumo versus Jonathan Gannon back in town. Two safe former secondary coaches, very heavily invested in what they do with their secondary. Jonathan Gannon being the former secondary coach for the Colts back a few years ago, and now being the head coach with the Cardinals. So I'm interested to see how both of those defensive sides react against what I consider both different but highly, somewhat creative in their own way offenses.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are creative because of Kyler and his ability outside the pocket, as you mentioned. The Colts' creativity comes from the game planning of Shane Steichen. So,
yeah.
You are all in player to watch, brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Sports. Who are you looking at to on the higher or lower?
Just a real quick thing. I did a little bit of research while you were talking.
Okay.
Apparently the speculations are there's 3 teams interested in trading for Trey Hendrickson. The Colts, one of them.
Yep.
And then the Panthers and the Browns as well.
Okay.
I would be scared if the Browns got him. But my underdog player to watch, I mean, my actual player to watch, actually, no, it's both. JT is my guy to watch. Whatever the touchdown is, go over on it or go higher. So, and he's my player to watch. He's been the guy this whole season. He's leading the league in touchdowns, leading the league in rushing yards. He somehow is still not front runner for offensive player of the year, which makes sense because Puka is going crazy as well.
Yep.
But Puka has 2 touchdowns this season, I think. So but it's got to be JT.
All right. I again have the rookie of the year, Tyler Warren.
Really? Over Emeka Egbuka?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a bold call.
I've said it's at the first. I think Emeka is going to have a drop off, and Tyler Warren is just going to keep doing what he is doing, and so I'm going to say Tyler Warren. If the touchdown is consistent at a half, go higher. He's going to score 1 and probably higher on the yardage. If the yardage is in the 60s, go over on that. There you go.
I like it.
Go higher than that. Here is a message from Underdog. Football's back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today and sign up with promo code COLTS to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code COLTS. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog, make picks, win money. Must be 18 and up, 19 and up in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 and up, and in Colorado for some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and must be present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. All right, missed some other sponsors. We're going to squeeze them in. Who do you have for it's prediction time? Who's winning? What's the score going to be? Can the Cardinals rebound from their terrible loss? Brought to you by Open Goal. Rebounder and goal setup. Click the link in the description. Go.
Yeah. I think the Colts are getting this one. They got to have that good training. Speaking of training, Farm Hound dog treats. They're great for training your little puppies. Click the link in the description for more. I think the Colts have this one. I'm going to give it a 28 to 10.
All right. I think that the only way that the Cardinals can knock out the Colts is by keeping it a low-scoring game. Speaking of which, Joi Baby sleep sacks can help you knock out your little one just for sleep for the night. Click the link in the description for more. I have the Cardinals 24-13 simply because I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. And as long as I don't pick the Colts, I don't have to feel bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's it. That's all we have for this week. We'll be back next week with our recap of this Cardinals game. We will also have our first Keep the Pace episode on the Pacers preseason. Then, of course, our Unstable Pick 6 NFL predictions. now also featured on the Pete Sousa Show on the Rogue Media Sports Network, as well as our Crimson Cutback look at IU football and what happens in Oregon, and our preview of the Colts visiting the Chargers next week.
Yep, well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin,
reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.